Hi, it's Jenny from Buggy Baby, and today we're having a look at the Mountain Buggy Terrain. The Terrain is one of Mountain Buggy's freewheelers, so this is intended for off-road use, and also you can use this as a jogging buggy as well. We're having a look at the version in graphite. It does come in various colourways and the prices do differ according to what colour you're choosing. So we're having a look at graphite. We retail this at £559. We're going to open up the box, get it all out, we'll assemble it, and then we can have a look at all of the features of the pushchair. Let's get this open. So you can use this pushchair from birth up until 25 kilograms. So it's got a really long usage on it, which is great. You can combine it with a carry cot or a car seat if you want to. You would need to purchase the adapters to do that. Let's have a look and see how it comes in the box. Here we go. Okay. Got everything out. Right, so I know that this particular pushchair comes with two different sets of wheels. So you've got a 12-inch set and a 16-inch set. So that's for the rear wheels. And the 12-inch is intended for everyday use, so for urban use, going around the shops, your everyday life. And the 16-inch is intended for when you're using it for off-road or if you're using it for jogging. I'm going to get everything out so that you can see it all laid out and we can have a closer look at the wheels. Okay, so I've got everything out of the box so you can see everything that we have included with this mountain buggy. So over here we've got the hood. This is a detachable bumper bar, and then we've got all of our wheels. So this is our front swivel wheel, the 12-inch wheel. Then we have our set of 16-inch rear wheels and our set of 12-inch rear wheels. It's a nice feature to have the smaller 12-inch rear wheels included, because it's quite unusual to have that with a running buggy, have smaller wheels included that you can change over when you're not intending to use it for off-road purposes. So that's a great feature that's included. And I'm going to put on the large wheels so that we can see it set up in its true form as it's meant to be, which is for off-road and for running. So let's get these out. Now these wheels are air-filled tyres, so that does mean you do have the possibility of punctures and also of flat tyres. So if you're buying air-filled, you do need to bear in mind that there will be some maintenance that will have to be done with them. You may have to occasionally fit new inner tubes in them and maintain them in the same way that you would do with a bike, basically. So they do need to be looked after. But one of the advantages with air-filled, if you're going to compare it to foam or to plastic, is it will give you a superior push. So they are absolutely great for off-road, and they will be just slightly superior to foam-filled or definitely to plastic wheels. So we're going to pop these on. Then we can get the pushchair up and have a good look around it. So to do that, I think we're just going to pop them straight onto the frame. So with these back wheels, we're just going to pull off this little black piece here. That's just part of the packaging to protect the spike on the wheel. And hopefully they should just click into place. There we go, it's the first one on. This one on so you can see what we're doing here. We're just going into this hole here, pushing the spike in and clicking it into place. And then we've got our front swivel wheel, which is going to go on here. So we're going to need to get access to that. Let's move the frame. Okay, so these little pieces here we're going to unscrew. Pull this off. This is how we attach the wheel on, and then we are going to insert this through once it's in place. There we go. Get the little black screw bit back. Screw it on. There we go. And that's all 3 wheels on, so we're ready to get this up now. So to do that, we turn the frame round. Here, this silver bar is the mechanism to open and close the pushchair. So all you need to do is twist it. There we go. There we are. And that is the pushchair up. So, next up, we'll have a look around it. We'll have a play with it, see what it does, see what features it's got, and see what the wheels are like and how the seat works. Okay, to start with, we're going to pop the hood on. Here we've got the hood. We need to pop this into place and secure it onto the pushchair. So, let's do that. It just clips onto the frame. Push it on. I'll do the poppers first. So there's poppers at the back. Pop them in. You can see what I'm doing there, little poppers. Okay, right. And then I think we've got little hooks. There we go. Little hooks there that help further secure the hood. Oh, we've got another one. There we go. There's another one. If I turn this round, we've got another one here. And another one there. And that is the hood in place. Okay, so that is the hood in place. Right, so we can see with the hood, it's got a nice little extra mesh bit here. So as well as giving some nice air ventilation, that's also going to just be a little bit more protection for your child when they're in there if the sun's on them. And if I look around the back here, we've got a little peekaboo window as well. I can also see on the hood here a little zip. So this is going to be a little area that you can pop your phone. And if you see here, there's a little hole there for your headphones to go through. So that's a nice feature. If you're running, you can be listening to your music. And we also have a detachable bumper bar that you would pop on just by clipping into the frame. I'm not going to put that on now so that we can have a look at the seat area easier. So that is the hood. Got nice little detail there at the back, so it matches the seat fabric. And we also have attached here a cup holder, which is quite standard for mountain buggy. Okay, we'll have a look at the seat. So with the mountain buggies, they always include a seat liner. So we can see here, this is attached on by the straps, and it does mean that you'll be able to remove this seat liner and wash it, which is obviously a really useful feature to have. And you can adjust the straps. We've got 3 different height adjustments here, and what you would need to do is undo these clasps. And thread it through where you would like the straps to sit. So that looks like quite an easy feature to do. Okay, put that back through. While we're here, we'll have a look at the clasp. So it's quite basic looking, this one. And it's a 5-point harness. And you haven't, by the look of it, got a way of having these 2 bits stay attached, which a lot of pushchairs do. So you are going to have to fiddle about to get them all in place, which is fine when we're doing it without a child in a seat, but you will find that a little bit more fiddly when you have a wriggly child in there. So I've seen better clasps, but obviously it's going to do the job of keeping your child secure. The padding on the seat liner is really nice. It's going to provide plenty of comfort, especially if you have got a newborn in there, and obviously you will have to have the seat lying flat for your newborn. That's just to keep the seat up slightly, so if you've got a smaller baby in there, their legs will be supported, and I think we can push that in. There we go. And then it would lie flat for when your child's a bit bigger and they don't need that, and their legs can just be hanging down. We've got a footrest. You'd easily be able to wipe that clean. One thing you want to bear in mind with the mountain buggy, they have these really lovely silver parts here by the leg rest, but you probably will find that that will get scratched up eventually. So it looks perfect now. It may not stay quite as smart looking as that. I'm going to turn the buggy round and we'll have a look at the Recline. So the Recline for this mountain buggy is standard for their other three-wheelers, and a little bit different from what you would find on some other pushchairs. So you have this strap along here, which is holding the seat into place. And we're going to loosen that strap to bring it down and obviously tighten it back up if we want the seat to go back up. What it does mean is that you can have the seat in any position you want, but it is quite a fiddly way of doing the seat, because normally you would just have one little strap that you pull down, or you might have a little handle that you pull down. Here you're going to need two hands, and you're going to have to fiddle about with it a bit to get the seat into place. Okay. Try and get this as flat as we can. So you can see here it is fiddly. Get it all the way down. Okay, so at this point, this is as far down as the seat will go. So we're going to have a look at that. Spin it round. So it goes lovely and flat. This is why it's suitable for newborns, because you've got a nice flat position there for your baby to go in. And what's also great about that is you've got all of this side protection here, so your baby's going to feel nice and snug and protected in there. So that is a nice feature. And I can just notice as I'm looking at this that we've got some side pockets. So as your baby gets a bit older, maybe they want to put their drinks cup in there, any snacks, that's a nice useful feature. With something like that, as useful as it is, you just need to bear in mind you might find that you get little crumbs here. So it's just something that you'll need to keep an eye on. I'll turn the seat back around, we'll have a look at how we put it back up. Okay, so to get it back up, you would hold on to the straps either side, if you can see here, and then we're just going to put it up. There we go. Get it up as upright as we can. Okay, that's as far as it's going to go. So if we spin this round, this is your complete upright position. So it is actually quite nice and upright. They're going to be sitting nice and forward in that. Right, next up, let's have a look at the wheels. So the front wheel is a swivel wheel, obviously, and to lock it into position, what you'll need to do is turn it round, and if you can see here, we've got this little knob that we're going to twist. I'm going to twist that in. Okay, and once it's tightened, that's the wheel locked, and then obviously to unlock it, you would just loosen that back up. And then your wheel turns back round. Okay, so obviously really useful to be able to lock it, especially when you are using it for off-road or for running. But it is a little bit fiddly having to use that rather than just clicking something into place. But it does the job. Here on the wheel, if you can see, this little part here is a tracker. So what that does is it's able to keep the wheel in a complete straight line for you. So that's probably only something that you're going to want to use if you're jogging with it. Otherwise, you may never really use that part. So here's our back wheels. So these are the 16-inch ones that we've got on here. So obviously they're just like a bike tyre, working exactly the same way. And they are going to give you a really nice smooth ride. They really will be superior, an air-filled tyre, to anything else that you can get for a smooth ride. But as we said at the start, you will need to bear in mind the maintenance that may arise from having an air-filled tyre, and whether that's something that you want to deal with or not. So on the handle, attached to the back wheels, we have a handbrake. There's the handbrake there. And what that's going to do is give you complete control if you are using the pushchair as a jogging pushchair, because you're going to be able to slow yourself down slightly when you're on a slope, and it's just going to keep you in full control of it. And then at the bottom here is the brake system, which you would flick down to put it onto brake, and then flick that back up, and the pushchair will move again. We've got an adjustable handle. So for short people like me, the handle goes all the way down, which is great because this is a really large pushchair. So if it didn't go all the way down, it might give me a little bit of difficulty to push it. And then it can go obviously all the way up if someone taller is pushing it, and then put it just to a normal height there. Okay, so that's a nice feature. If you're swapping between people pushing it, you can quickly adjust that handle to make it easier for whoever is in control of the pushchair. Let's have a look at the basket next. So I can see on here, we've got some little pockets, nice little zipped pockets, so you can put your keys, your purse, anything that you need to keep close to hand and safe. And this is also zipped, this part of the basket. Okay, it's not a bad sized basket. You're not going to get loads in, but you will get a fair amount in there. And it's nice that it's got a little zipped part as well, so that you can keep everything safe. Okay, zip that back up. So you've obviously got suspension in this pushchair, as you would expect from a jogging pushchair. That's just going to help with the smooth ride, and it's an aluminium frame. It's really lightweight actually for the size of the pushchair. Just going to have a wheel around with it. It's very easy to push. What I like about the mountain buggies is that you can easily push them one-handed, even with a pushchair this size, and you're going to have no problems manoeuvring this. And obviously with the smaller wheels, that will make it a lot easier to push it around in narrower areas if you're just using it as an everyday pushchair. Now, I've had a mountain buggy before, so I'm trying not to be too biased here, but they are good pushchairs. They're quite basic in terms of design and how the mechanism works for things like the seat recline, but they're really good quality and they do exactly what you need them to do, especially if you're living in a more rural area and perhaps you haven't got smooth pavements to go over. A mountain buggy is a really great choice. Now we're going to have a look at how you fold the pushchair so that we can see the size of it when it's folded down. Okay, so we're going to move the wheel this way, and if we lift this up, I can see there's this little grey button, and I know that we twist the bar to collapse the pushchair down. So we're going to push the button in, twist it, and there you go, it collapses into place. So you can see that you can have it freestanding. You can also see it is large, it's going to take up a lot of space, and you do need to bear in mind how much room you've got in your car if you are planning on keeping this in your boot. You can of course take the wheels off, so if you had it in your boot, you just whip the wheels off. That would give you a little bit more space. But if you do have a small car, You might want to just make sure that you've got the measurements noted down to see whether that would fit into place. And even storing this at home, you can see it is going to take up a little bit of space. So just something to think about when you're having a look at whether it's the right pushchair for you or not. We get the pushchair back up again now, so you can see how to do that. So we would just twist it. We're not using the button this time. And there, you have it back into place. The fold is really easy to use. You're not going to have any issues there. Really easy just to press that button in and twist it. As I said, it's really only the storage that you might want to have a think about. I'm going to show you next how to remove the wheels. Because obviously with it coming with 2 sets, there will be times where you want to change the wheels over, or as I said, once you've folded it down, you might want to take the wheels off as well, just to help with storage. So if you can see here, we've got this little grey part which you just turn, and then if you can just see, I'm not going to put it all the way out, the wheel will just come out, and then you would just pop it back into place. So really easy to do that. That's not going to give you any hassle at all. Just to summarise then, so the Mountain Buggy Terrain you can use from birth all the way up to 25 kilograms. If you wanted to, you can buy the compatible carry cot and a compatible car seat. You would just need to purchase the adapters that you need to pop that on. The pushchair weighs 13.5 kilograms. It's a large buggy, so therefore you would expect that sort of weight for this type of pushchair. We retail this one, which is the graphite, at £559. There are different colours available, and they are slightly different in price depending on what colour you pick out. Another point to bear in mind is this one doesn't come with a rain cover, so you would need to purchase that separately. All in all, it's a really great pushchair for the purpose that it's intended for, which is for off-road use and for jogging. And you've got a really lovely padded seat. The materials are nice, and Mountain Buggy is really great quality, and they're made really nicely, and they're full of all of the details that you need to make sure that you've got a really nice smooth ride. If you want any more information at all, you can go on to buggybaby.co.uk. I hope this review has helped you decide whether the Mountain Buggy Terrain is the pushchair for you.